Randy Barton here with Extreme Faith and Fitness, independent team Beachbody coach. Why is it so important to take a rest day, a rest week? Why are these into every one of the Beachbody programs? Why would I tell you, even if you're not doing a Beachbody program, to have a day or two a week that you just take it easy? P90X2, one of the most profound, newest science out there programs. Why does it have 2 rest days in it? We're going to be talking this week about rest days. Manny, this one's for you. You asked the question, why do we take a rest day? What should our nutrition look like during all of that? What supplements should I take? Things like that. Today we hit the rest day. Before we get to the why take a rest day, all those things with it, I just finished up P90X, Core Synergistics, down my Shakeology. Why did I do that? Because it's the healthiest meal of the day. Good stuff. Today I put frozen strawberries into a blender, threw the Shakeology on that, and then I did something else. It's kind of bizarre with chocolate, but it wasn't that bad. Along with the strawberry taste was a scoop of orange flavored, basically Metamucil, but fiber powder from a psyllium-based fiber. And that's a little tip for you. Is not that shake was really fantastically delicious, but the whole fiber aspect. If your shakes, you find that you just got to add a ton of ice to them to make them nice and thick, or with your shakes you find out that you're getting brain freeze because of all that ice, put a scoop of fiber in there. Now, if you're doing Shakeology, which I hope you are, not just for the protein aspects, but the total health aspects, that's going to taste best with either the strawberry, the tropical strawberry, or the greenberry, but it works fantastic as a way to just kind of thicken up the mixture without a ton of ice. Back to rest days. Let's start off with why. Why have a rest day in all of there? The reason you have a rest day in all of that is to allow your muscles to relax. Many people, they believe that their muscles are being built and being strengthened and leaned out during the exercise. That's completely not true. In all reality, your muscles are growing and leaning out not during the exercise, but after the exercise. Even specifically at night is going to be a time where your muscles really are able to take charge and recover and mend themselves back. Every time that you are working out, you're breaking down the muscle fibers, and it's when they heal is when they're going to get stronger. For guys, they're going to get bigger, things of that nature. Now, at night, your testosterone levels are the highest. I mean, we have testosterone all the way through. I know myself and others take Tribulus, in hopes to raise their testosterone naturally and things, with nothing artificial or steroids or anything like that. But all those things go into this. And you need a rest day to allow your body to completely recharge and recoup from that, more than just simply focusing on a different body part the next day. Also, in a rest day, it allows a little bit of what's happening nutritionally as a zigzag diet to take place as well. We'll talk about the nutrition in just a minute. But we mentioned testosterone, a hormone. Everybody knows of testosterone in guys. We know of estrogen in women. We know all these things with it. But what about the hormone cortisol? You ever heard of the hormone cortisol? The hormone cortisol is the fight or flight hormone that your body has. That when it undergoes stress, whether it's mental, emotional, or physical stress, cortisol is released from the adrenal glands. Cortisol's number one thing that it does is helps you to cope with stress. It tries to calm the body down, and the more cortisol you have active, the less testosterone is going to be active in your body. Now, ladies, even though we hear testosterone, we think guys, you want a testosterone threshold as well. Your testosterone threshold is going to allow you to lean out and lose weight faster, as well as allowing you to build lean muscle mass. Ladies, you've heard me say it many times before, you're not going to get bulky. It's almost impossible with your genetic makeup to put on large muscle mass. It's not going to happen. Don't be afraid of weights. You want a testosterone level in your body to allow you to lean out and get nice lean muscles. In all of that, cortisol counteracts testosterone, which is not good if you're trying to get healthy and in shape. Some people say cortisol is the drug of choice for Americans because we live such stressful lives. It taps out our adrenal glands so that we're living with high levels of cortisol in our bodies. Well, cortisol also is going to throw off our our insulin resistance, and it makes it so that we're not processing blood sugars properly, and we're not processing carbs properly. And we already, as Americans, have a carb addiction. And it seems as though the fat cells around the midsection specifically are more sensitive to cortisol, so we get larger midsections. All of this, you can see where we're going with this. It's important to have a day to rest and relax. And though you may have other areas of stress going on in your life, it's important to have a day where your physical stress is not adding to cortisol production. Now, there's also a reason why most Beachbody programs have some sort of relaxation day in there, whether it's yoga or a stretch or something else, is again another chance to reduce the cortisol levels, to allow you to even mentally and just throughout your entire being calm down. So it's very important to have those rest days in there. Now, when we say rest day, we don't mean that you do absolutely nothing. In fact, I mentioned I just got done with P90X. There's stretch options. In fact, yesterday on Recovery Week was Stretch X. Tomorrow is going to be yoga for me. Both of those, you do get a workout in those, and you may feel tired afterwards, but it's not a real stressful thing. So it's okay to do something. Go for a walk. Do something on your rest days if you'd like, but make sure that you're not tapping out your body. Also with this, a lot of times I myself have even done it. Pull a double day, do 2 workouts in a row. Be very careful in doing that on a consistent basis, because your body, once it hits a 45-minute to 1 hour threshold, it's going to start seeing the stress level through the physical side go past the threshold to stop using and utilizing the testosterone that's there, and it's going to start, because it starts to produce cortisol. So it's going to then become counterproductive to work out past the hour threshold. Now, some say, what about P90X with the AbRipper X? AbRipper X isn't really that stressful. It might be at the beginning, but it's not that stressful. Or you could do what I do, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Going to be far better for you. Now, I know this has turned out to be a little bit of a cortisol lesson in this, but that's really the main reason for why take a rest day and why limit yourself to a 45-minute to an hour workout, is to keep those levels down. What about nutrition during these days? Nutrition on a rest day is going to be similar to a normal day. Normal meaning, I hope that your normal day involves a workout. But because you aren't going to be burning off the calories, I don't personally take in as many calories. I reduce it a little bit. Where normally my 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock meal or snack or whatever you want to call it is going to be a homemade protein bar. You can get that recipe, extremefaithfitness.com, nutrition down to recipes. Normally I'll just stick to a general protein shake during those days, which cuts the calories in half. It doesn't make up for the calories lost in workout, but remember earlier at the beginning I mentioned a zigzag diet? Zigzag diet actually says that you don't have the exact same every day. Now, a true zigzag diet is going to be about 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off, of actually having a little bit of a cheat week instead of a strict all the time. Well, this just takes a different philosophy, that in those rest days, you're going to have 1 to 2 days a week where you're going to have that little flexation, which can keep your body guessing. Almost the same premise of muscle confusion if you're familiar with Tony Horton's workouts. So in all of that, nutritionally, stick to what you're normally doing. Find some ways to reduce your calorie intake just a little bit, but don't worry that much about it. As long as you're eating healthy and you're eating within your calorie counts, don't stress out about it. Don't worry about it. The question was asked with Shakeology, or with supplements. First off, with supplements, you still want to make sure that if you're not getting your protein levels that are recommended, and you don't just want to eat tuna fish all the time, consider your protein shakes and things with it. But specifically into a recovery day, I would make sure that I get my Shakeology in there always, just for the general nutrition aspect of everything. But also, it's relatively low calorie, it's high protein, and you're cramming yourself full of superfoods to allow yourself to have that reset day. And there's not much better you can eat than having a reset day with Shakeology. Manny, you specifically asked about the results in recovery drink. I don't take results in recovery drink at the present moment. In general, I don't right now. But when I do, which is often, I don't take it on recovery days. So I don't take that. I also don't take my pre-workouts on recovery days as well. Just stick to the Shakeology and then a few different vitamins, this and that as well. I hope this helped you get understanding of why to take a rest day. I hope you've got a better understanding of a hormone you may have never heard of before called cortisol. It also is related. You hear people going to get a cortisone shot. It's actually related because the reason for cortisol is it's your body's natural way to calm you down and relieve you of stress. Everything from physical joint ache stress to mental stress to emotional stress. It's there for a reason. God put it in you, but if you don't do things wisely, it goes back to the old adage, too much of anything is going to be a bad thing. Don't intentionally put your body into situations where you're going to be creating too much cortisol. It's going to hinder your goals of losing weight or building muscle. This has been Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness. A few brief shout outs this week. Just want to put a big plug in really to so many people right now that are getting healthy and being intentional with their nutrition and exercise. This is going to reap spiritual benefits. Remember in Luke where we're told that the same measure of which we give, we're going to get. When you put your all into being the temple of God, you're going to get something out of it. Put into it expecting to get a result. Farmers don't plant seeds and say, I hope something comes up. They plant seeds knowing there's going to be an increase. Expect an increase for the effort that you're putting in to be the temple of God. Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness. If you're just finding this on YouTube, subscribe up above, then go to extremefaithandfitness.com, sign up for the free fitness coaching, get into our free, absolutely free private Facebook group as well, to where you can be with a whole lot of people that have the same goals as you. Randy Barton signing off for today. See you next time.